All right, I need to rant about something for a minute. Something U.S. soccer related. Something that really, really annoys me. And hello, hi. I'm sorry this video is going to kind of be a rant. Um, it just really annoys me. Just really, really annoys me that U.S. soccer has every opportunity to grow and do something interesting and different and fun and actually make the sport grow here in the U.S. And they just don't. They just choose not to. They choose the easy way out. All right. So to set the scene here, Don Garber is out of the MLS. He is no longer commissioner. It's done. It's been a long time coming. He is. I don't want to say parasite. I don't want to say anything like that. But he is probably the closest thing to that on the growth of the game in the US. It has been long overdue for things like ProRel, for the player transfer caps to be just thrown out the window, for everything that is needed for the game to grow here in the US to, do that thing. So Don Garber's gone. He's not here anymore. But we got a new guy, and he's basically just gone Don Garber too. Like it's not really anything new. So right away, this guy introduced himself to the media and to MLS staff, and the question of ProRel came up, as it usually does with these sort of things. And he basically just said no. He said it's not going to happen. It's not coming anytime soon. So let's get one thing straight here. We just had a World Cup. Football is increasingly more popular in the country. There are more people watching it now than there have been ever, probably, in the history of the country. And your response when you have people who are coming in, people who are new to this, who want to know how it's done, who want to see how it's done, your response is just, nah, we're not going to do it like the rest of the world because we got to do it our way. We got to do it the MLS way. And yeah, I hate it. I hate everything about it. I think it's monumentally stupid. I think it's monumentally just a waste of time. Why bother even like changing commissioners then? If you're not going to have any like new ideas or do anything interesting with MLS, there's literally no point. You know that in the MLS there's no consequences for like anything. There's no real risk. There's no nothing. You can't get relegated, so you have no real reason to want to improve or build a team that's actually worth anything, because you're salary capped and there is no there's no promotion relegation. There's no stakes. Like the only stakes in the MLS is if you get to the playoffs or not. That's it. That's all you get. It's not that great, to be honest. It's kind of well, samey as every other sport here in the U.S. It's the same for the MLB. It's the same for the NBA. It's the same for the NFL. It's the same for literally everything here, and it's boring, and I hate it. So that's where we're at right now with this. But don't worry, there is going to be, this is kind of a tale of two different news stories. One is me just ranting about this new commissioner guy. The other is going to be a little bit more hopeful. So if you just want to look at that, you can fast forward through my rant. It's cool. I understand. I talk a lot. All right, but we're going to get right to this now. So basically, this is the guy right here. This guy, Larry Berg. So he is the new MLS commissioner, and he was asked if promotion relegation was going to come to the game. His response was, promotion and relegation won't be coming anytime soon. I can understand the appeal for the fans, but I don't think it's a great way to build a league. I don't think it's a way to get stadiums built, get training facilities built, and to have owners invest in rosters and all the other things you need to do. Well, that's because, Mr. Berg, you can't do anything in this league because there's a salary cap and roster limits that make absolutely no sense. Nobody can build anything anyway because the league's regulations don't allow them to. Anyway, this is great. This is wonderful. What was the point of Don Garber even stepping down then if this guy's going to do nothing different, you know? So the great thing about promotion relegation for fans is that the jeopardy is quite severe. Yeah, that's what happens when you have stakes and things, matter. But I think there are other ways to create jeopardy during the regular season and again in the playoffs. No, there is no risk at all in the MLS. A team isn't going to get relegated. A team isn't gonna lose anything. There's nothing. There's no stakes. There's no consequences to having a bad season. Nothing. The players don't have to get any better. They don't have to try. They just show up, play, and collect a paycheck, essentially. That's it. I lost my spot now. During the playoffs and get in the next round. That's what we want to focus on. Yeah, that's boring. Anyway, yeah, I don't think it's appropriate for our league. I think outgoing Commissioner Don Garber has said before, never say never, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. That's because you essentially are Don Garber. You're quoting him because you essentially are him. And this is just so boring to me. Like, insanely boring. This guy is, like, one of the co-owners of LAFC, I believe, too. So, like, it's not even that he's somebody from the outside that they brought in. He's just an in guy that was already there. And, yeah, it's dumb. Like, the MLS is just owned by, like, a handful of people. The clubs aren't really clubs, they're franchises. And it's for a lot of American, like, soccer fans, it's probably your gateway into soccer. You probably have either gone to an MLS match, found out that MLS was a thing and decided to check it out, or you are like me, where you picked up a game of FIFA one day because you got it for free, and you were like, oh, well, what teams are in the U.S. because you're from the U.S., and then you found the MLS that way. I hate it. I hate all of it. It's so dumb. There was a thing where he was like, well, maybe we could do like a rapid expansion where they could include like Pro Rel with MLS 2, or MLS Next Pro, whatever it's called. That's another thing that's pretty much a waste of time. No. He said no on that too. Don't worry. So it's just a really dumb situation. It's like there's no reason to switch commissioners if you're not going to get a guy that has no new ideas for your organization, for your league. It's literally just, we picked this guy because he's essentially Don Garber, and Don Garber's stepping out, so this is what we got. I want the MLS to grow and be better and be taken seriously. But because of stuff like this, that will literally never happen. Like, look, I'm wearing a Minnesota United shirt right now. I have a hat. I have multiple Minnesota United kits in my closet. Like, I want this league to do well and actually be worth something But right now, it's just not that. And with this way of thinking, it's never going to be that. You can't decide that you're just going to go, wow, we want to do soccer, but we're going to half-ass it. It's no, all or nothing. But in better news, we'll transition to the good thing now that I saw, because I think that this is actually great, and it's kind of a palate cleanser, kind of, sort of. My screen is really wobbly. I accidentally knocked down my other monitor this morning, or yesterday morning. I don't remember when, and now it's like really wobbly, so I apologize. I'm pretty sure it's broke. Anyway, we're going to talk about the other thing now. All right, so this is the Portland Hearts of Pine website. They have some good news. So for those who don't know, Portland Hearts of Pine is a club that plays in the USL 1. They're actually a club that I follow pretty closely. And they are getting a soccer-specific stadium. They're building up. They're actually, doing the thing that, like, leagues should do and, put investment back into your clubs and build things. So they are going to make, this is kind of a mock-up drawing. I don't think it's going to be that close to, like, the river, though. I hope it's not that close, because if you get, like, a really bad storm, that is going to flood. Anyway, Hearts of Pine have entered into an agreement to acquire land at Cassidy Point in Portland, where they plan to build a 9,000 to 11,000 seat soccer-specific stadium that will serve as a permanent home for the club's men and women's team. So, for those who don't know, Hearts of Pine have essentially been playing at, like, a community college field. They literally took, like, a NFL football field, put soccer lines on it, and then put, like, nets on either side, and that's basically it. It's not the best looking field at all. Actually, it looks pretty terrible. But they're getting they're getting their own spot now, which is good. The project would transform what is currently an industrial coal storage site into a vibrant, community-centered destination, including the stadium and new recreational space, while preserving working waterfront marine uses at the site's 600-foot pier. Oh, so there's actually like a pier and stuff here. That's cool. You can't really see that all that well here. But the idea is that it'll be like a bigger, it'll be for the community, which is what clubs are supposed to be. Like, they're supposed to be, this is where people who like this one thing and happen to be in the same town can come together and enjoy this thing. Following an extensive period of public engagement to optimize plans for the site, the club aims to begin construction in 2027, with the goal of opening a new stadium in early 2029. The project will be predominantly privately funded, with total costs projecting to exceed $50 million. This actually is, I want to say, on like the lower end for a stadium. I know there's some stadiums in Europe that were definitely way more expensive to build. Granted, this isn't like going to be a huge stadium. Like 11,000 seats is really not that impressive. Not huge, but it's a start. It's a step in the right direction. Obviously, they can like add on to it, make it bigger as it goes. Portland Hearts of Pine have announced plans to develop a new soccer-specific. Okay, I read that already. From supporters filling Fitzpatrick Stadium to the 8,000-person season ticket waitlist to the excitement surrounding our women's team, we've reached a point where it's time to start planning for what comes next. This is about building a permanent home that allows Hearts of Pine to grow responsibly alongside the community that has embraced us. The proposed stadium is still in early planning stages, with the projected capacity of 9,000 to 11,000 seats once completed. It would serve as the permanent home for the club's men and women's USL teams while creating new opportunities for community events and public recreation at a revitalized waterfront location in Portland, Maine. So essentially, it's a cool map here, actually. So Fitzpatrick Stadium is currently where they play, which is essentially just wow, my work brain just died. Like I said, it's currently just like a community college football field. It's not really anything like special. This is where they're going to be building the new stadium right here, and it's going to be like along the waterfront. So that'll actually look really cool. I bet. I bet when that's finished, that'll look really cool. I would love that actually. And they're getting rid of like a fossil fuel coal storage area, which I approve of because, as they mention here, following years of neighborhood concerns about the environmental and public impact of coal dust, which you'll choke on, it will cause many health issues. So, not only are they making the city cleaner by doing this, they're also like getting their own stadium. So this is exactly what like a club should do. Like ultimately you want to use the sport to make your city better. And I like that a lot. I really like that a lot. That's one of the reasons why like Hearts of Pine have become such like a when I got into the USL, my initial like thing was to like follow like Birmingham Legion, but then I kind of fell out of Birmingham Legion pretty quickly. But when Hearts of Pine was founded, it was really cool to just like be a part of that, like and watch them grow, and seeing that they're doing this, that they're giving back to their community in this way, is really cool. I love this. The council agreed to it, by the way. Like their city council is all for it. Opportunities like this don't come around often. Cassidy Point is like the front porch of Portland, where people gain their first impression as they arrive into the city. We now have an opportunity to transform a site that's been inaccessible for generations into a place that reflects the pride, creativity, and competitive spirit of Maine, while giving our community a waterfront destination it can enjoy year-round. That's a responsibility we take incredibly seriously, and we're excited to get started. I love this. The more I read this, the happier it makes me. It's actually really great. We want as many people as possible to walk, bike, and bus to our matches, and we know how important it is that we build a distinctive stadium that our fans are proud to call home. I think Cassidy Point is the perfect place for us to make that vision a reality, and I agree. Like this is cool. But this isn't like the only stadium that USL teams are building. They've been like putting a lot of the USL clubs have been putting a lot of effort into like either upgrading their old stadiums or like building new ones in preparation for USL Premier League. And I love that. This is actually, the system working how it's supposed to work. And they are adding ProRel in the future. So, I don't know, guys. I think it's time for me to jump ship with MLS. Maybe become like a full-time USL follower. One of the things I did want to do pretty early on was like cover like a specific club within like the US, and for a really long time it was going to be Minnesota United. But maybe it's a USL club that I need to do that idea with. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually super stoked for this. I think whenever you use your sporting thing to add to a city or a place, instead of trying to just milk as much money out of it as possible, I think this is way better. This is what clubs should do. I'm really excited for this. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on this, see how it changes. And goodbye.